Welcome back to Home Gym Hacks and Reviews. Today I'm going to show a ton of hacks using the IM 2000. Some of these hacks will be helpful to people who are brand new to lifting, and hopefully some of these hacks will even be beneficial to more advanced lifters. Admittingly, I don't use all of these hacks, but if you are limited on equipment, hopefully they'll come in helpful. Also, even if you don't have the IM 2000, I still think you'll be able to apply some of these hacks to whatever equipment you have at home. Stay tuned. I have a 4-part review and hack series for the lever gym, and I wanted to have the IM 2000 for a few months before I presented a video like this. Some of these hacks have shown up in previous videos or on Instagram Reels, but I wanted to have them all in one place. I knew the IM 2000 was good for a lot of hacks, and I hope that you all do too. To start with, it can take a little time to find the center point of the bar when connecting the cable's hook. When I first got the IM 2000, I either eyeballed it or I used my hands to find the center point. But to streamline the process, I measured the center point between the knurling and marked it with a silver Sharpie. I could just leave it at that, but I also taped it with electrical tape, and the tape will eventually rub off, but it's one of the easiest options unless you want to engrave the bar, and I only recommend using a thin layer of tape, otherwise you won't be able to fit the hook over the bar. To number the holes on the slide rails, I use a silver Sharpie. This most recent marking lasted about a month, but it eventually rubs off. I started to freshen up the numbers, but I was running out of silver ink, and it turns out a black Sharpie doesn't work too bad either. I need a shield about 3 times this size, but a cut milk jug works decently well to catch overspray for the monthly silicone spray down the slide rails get. The band pegs are great for barbell and Smith bar work, but they can also be used in conjunction with bands for a variety of exercises, including a very effective lateral raise and a low to high fly. To make the exercises even smoother, add revolving handles to the end of each band. When the band is run horizontally from one side of the IM 2000 to the other, the band or bands can be used in conjunction with the dip bar handles for pull-ups, rack chins, and I have my feet on the hypercore by the way, for dips, for neutral grip push-ups, for inverted rows, either gripping the bar or gripping the angles 90 grips, for glute bridges, while my upper back is supported by the Super Bench Pro, and even for belt squats. Depending on how many bands you are using and the tension of the band, the IM 2000 could tip, so use caution, but here I have the Rogue multi-belt and the 1211 wedges. The lower pulley can be used for a belt squat. I have the 1211 wedges on pre-cut stack stall mats to allow for a greater range of motion, and the Rogue multi-belt allows me to connect very close to my hips. I have the angles 90 grips connected to the upper carabiner to help me get in and out of position, and even though this isn't perfect, the line of drive is better than some lever belt squats and some rack mounted belt squats that I've seen. I can also perform a belt squat by using the landmine, the Yes for All eyelet, and one safety spotter arm. One safety spotter arm only has a load rating of 250 pounds, so use caution, and I recommend going lighter than 250 pounds so you don't damage the slide rails. The landmine, bar, and one safety spotter arm, which can serve as a landmine stand, can be used for pressing exercises and lunge and squat variations. I've mentioned before that I don't like squatting on a Smith machine. However, with the vertical bar path of the IM 2000 and the addition of the 1211 wedges, this is one of my favorite lower body exercises. The wedges also work great for lunges. Here I have my rear foot on the back part of the frame to get a greater range of motion. I can also put my foot on the lower back plate post and perform single leg squats like I did when I had the Titan single leg squat roller. However, to make this exercise feel more natural, the front foot will need to be elevated. Here I am using a 12-inch plyo box by Titan. The 12-inch plyo box also works great for step-ups and alternating step-ups. Next, when using the ultimate row handle and performing flies and presses, the cable's trajectory is high to low, which is awesome, but to mix things up and have a more horizontal cable trajectory, all I need to do is stand on plyo boxes. To keep the plyo boxes from sliding towards the IM 2000, I use a 2x4. I also place a 2x4 between the IM 2000 and the Super Bench Pro to keep the bench from sliding forwards when I'm performing pulling exercises. The 2x4 also comes in handy to use as a spacer between the IM 2000 and the Super Bench Pro when performing prone leg curls. Here I have the Spudding belt squat belt, and I forgot how effective cables feel when performing prone leg curls. To do pull down exercises, I have seen some people go from a standing position, then sit down and attempt to get their legs under the roller pads. Then, at the end of the set, it gets a little tricky getting back up and getting your legs out from under the roller pads. Another option is to adjust the safeties and height of the Smith bar to raise or lower whatever attachment you are using. However, the best option I have found is to use a chain to bring your attachment to you. I've also mentioned that the sit-up attachment works great as a way to hold your body down when doing pull-downs, as long as you can get your legs to fit under them. If you have the sit-up attachment, it also works well for Nordic curls, but if you don't have the attachment, the roller pads on the IM 2000 can be used for Nordic curls. I have the old Superbench Pro pad for my knees and stacked stall mats so my feet fit tightly between the rollers and the floor. This same setup works great for sit-ups too. For some cable exercises, especially single arm exercises, the 36-pound bar is too heavy, so a loading pin attached to the hook provides an excellent alternative to using the IM 2000 cable system without the bar. I run the cable behind the Smith bar to limit the loading pin swing, and now I can easily perform one-arm lateral raises, one-arm bicep curls, and even one-arm tricep kickbacks. The IM 2000's bar can be used for a lot of different things. First, it's great for scaling your push-ups to match your skill level, so if the bar is higher, your push-ups are easier, and if you have the bar lower, the push-ups are more difficult. The bar is great for one-arm rows, which would feel odd if this was an angled Smith machine. With the plates removed from the lower plate posts, my ankles locked under the plate posts, a rolled yoga mat on the bar, and my feet pressed against the back of the pec deck pad, I can perform horizontal back extensions, and with my 12-11 wedges and a rolled yoga mat on the bar, I can perform 45-degree hip extensions. This is not as comfortable as the Hypercore, but it feels pretty effective. The bar serves as a great backrest when you're performing leg extensions. It works great for hip thrusts in conjunction with the Superbench Pro. It also works great for seated calf raises with the Ironmaster calf block and the Superbench Pro. Although it's not perfect, a rolled yoga mat placed over the bar provides a comfortable place to perform reverse hypers, and the plate posts serve as nice handles, and the Smith bar is easy to adjust to position for Bulgarian split squats. The Smith bar even works great for sissy squats. Here I have a squat pad behind my knees to make the exercise more comfortable. With the lower pulley base in place, your feet won't slide, and it's secure enough to add weight. Here I have a 40-pound dumbbell. The upper pulley's housing serves as an excellent place to secure a band for reverse band presses. Here I don't need a daisy chain or any other contraptions, and with this setup, the band offers a little assistance in the bottom of the press where I am weakest and most likely to get injured, and the assistance drops off as the bar gets farther away from me where I am strongest in the movement. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate you. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments section. If you found anything helpful, please like and subscribe. Also, I am an affiliate for PowerTech, Ironmaster Titan, and Angles 90 grips, so if any of my videos or reviews have helped you, please consider using my affiliate links at no additional cost to you. And remember, if your equipment lacks, I got the hacks. Take care, everyone.